So, welcome, Jesus girls, to Mountain Moving Monday, 3M. So, I don't know where you are at the end of a Monday, at the beginning of a Monday, but wherever you are, I am so glad that you are here. So, I started this journey because it's something that I know that's beneficial to the women who love Jesus and the women who are in business. So let's go ahead and get started. So I want you to really, for this discussion, I want you to think about a mountain is something that is anything that presents itself as a difficult task, a barrier, or seemingly an impossible task to gain control, a situation that you have struggled to be triumphal, to gain victory, and to become preeminent. You desire so strongly to master it so that you can claim mastery in a particular subject. But I want you to know, in order for you to become the master of the mountain, you have to be willing to attack it repeatedly until you gain the skill, until you gain the knowledge, and until you are able to do it with joy and ease. And you're able to teach it to someone else who's at the bottom of the mountain, who's midway the mountain, and they too are about to give up. So, for the discussion points today, we're talking about a mountain. And either you're trying to destroy the mountain, or either you're trying to get to the top of the mountain and put your Jesus girl stake there with the evidence that you completed the task. I want you to think about the mountain that you are facing today. Did it suddenly appear? Did it just emerge out of somewhere? Did an item or a situation evolve into a mountain? Or is it something that has been persistent? It's almost been a little pervasive. It has had a presence that has been pushing you against your desire and your must need to gain control, to get to the top. So it's something that you perhaps been tackling for a while. It's something that you've been dealing with for a while. Or it could be that you're at the beginning stage. You're at the bottom of the mountain with an assignment. And honestly, the task seems too difficult. It seems like a barrier that you are not really certain at this juncture if you're really going to be successful. So, are you able to clearly identify the mountain that you are facing? Perhaps it is your entrepreneur challenges. Perhaps it is your personal obstacles, or even it is doubt or fear that at times you feel like it has crippled you from moving forward. So, how long has that mountain been something that you have been just navigating? It has been just something that's a continual path of the landscape of where you are, where you're trying to get. Has the mountain changed at all over time, or has it remained just constant? It has been just this constant landscape of challenges for you. So as you reflect on the challenges before you, I want you to consider your burning desire and your must need to conquer the mountain. So today's session is really just an introduction into some insight that we're going to be just evolving. We're going to be sharing some insights. We're going to share some tools so that you can successfully destroy or scale the mountain so that you get to the top. Because when you are at the top, you are able to see things at a much better level. See, your elevation is going to require you to take on another level of growth. So, what is your motivation to ensure that you're going to successfully accomplish the task? What's your motivation? And I want to talk about motivation because I believe your motivation is linked to your inspiration and your expectation. I believe your motivation is the thing that's going to fuel your expectations. What drives you to overcome this obstacle and emerge stronger, wiser, more skilled? And at the end of the day, you are able to pull others up where they have lost sight because you've been where they are and you are now in a place where you're willing to share the tools, the strategies, the techniques that you used to get from ground zero, to get to a stagnated place that every time you climb, there was another obstacle, there was another barrier, there was another detour, but yet you made it to the top. So when you think about a mountain climber, think about all the training that they have to go through. And do you know that the training is different depending on the height of the mountain or how difficult that mountain has been in the past? So I want you to think about this last point because this, along with two other things, are where we're going to always end our sessions. I want you to think about what's at stake if the mountain stays the same, unchanged. So you have your motivation, you have the thing that's driving you, but what's at stake if that mountain persists? It stays pervasive. It stays the thing that haunts you and taunts you. What's at stake if that mountain stays the same? So I want to give you some things that you can think about as we gear up to tool ourselves to begin that obstacle, to begin mastering the seemingly impossible task. So I want you to enter into your own zone of focus. And I want you to begin to embracing the law of completion. Your zone of focus and the law of completion is what we are going to focus on as we prepare for next week. I hope today's mountain moving session was something that helped you. And I want you to think about what one thing that you took away from this discussion and how are you going to implement something so that when we meet next Monday, you have established what your mountain is, how long that mountain has been there, what's your motivation, What drives you? And finally, what's at stake if that mountain stays the same, unchanged? I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us. Mountain Moving Monday. Jesus Girl in Business. Bye.